Hello everyone, welcome to Math World. This video is to discuss Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4, which is the Extended Mathematics for October-November 2022, and the code is 0580/41. Let's get started. For question number 1a, calculates the volume of, first part, a solid cylinder with radius 6 centimeters and height 14 centimeters. So for your information, the volume is basically pi r square h. Okay, therefore your pi is 3.142. The r is given 6, so therefore 6 squared, and the h is 14. So when you calculate this, you will be getting 1583.568. But then we always round up the answer to 3 significant figures. Therefore, this will be 1580 centimeter cube. So that is the solution of 1a, first part. Now second part, a solid, you need to calculate the volume of the solid hemisphere with radius 6 centimeters. So this is the formula. Therefore V equals to 4/3. The pi is 3.142, and then the r is given 6, therefore 6 cube. And then from here, this is going to be, okay, now here is for sphere, and now we need to calculate hemisphere. Hemisphere is half of the sphere, therefore V is half of all these formulas, right? So now from here, the half and 4 will be cancelled off, becomes 2/3. Therefore now here I will be getting the answer of 452.448. And now again, I round up to 3 significant figures. That is going to be 452 centimeter cube. B. The cylinder and hemisphere in part A are joined to form the solid in this diagram. The solid is made of steel, and 1 centimeter cube of steel has a mass of 7.85 grams. Now, first part show that 1 centimeter cube of steel has a mass of 0.00785 kilograms. Basically, we just need to convert the grams into kilograms. So we know that 1 kilogram equals to 1,000 grams, right? Therefore, now here, this is going to be 7.85 grams equals to 7.85 over 1,000. When you convert it to kilograms, this is going to be 0.00785 kilograms. So we have shown it. Now, the next part, calculate the total mass of the solid. So the total mass here is basically, we need to calculate the total volume first. Okay, so from volume, then you convert to kilograms, because the mass is in kilograms. So now from here, the total volume, basically we refer back to 1a. So just add up these two volumes. So then when I add up, I will not use the rounded off value, I will use the original values, right? So it means that now my total volume equals to 1583.568 plus 452.448. So use the more accurate values, right? Therefore, I will be getting 1583.568 plus 452.448. All these are in centimeter cube. Then this is going to be 2036.016 centimeter cube. Okay, but then we need to calculate the mass in kilograms. So we know that 1 centimeter cube, it will be 0.00785 kilograms here. Okay, therefore now our total mass, it will be this total volume times this much kilograms. So at last you will be getting 15.9827 kilograms. And now again round up to 3 significant figures. So 3 significant figures means that 1, 2, 3. Okay, but then we refer to the next value. This is 8, so we round up. So when you round up, instead of 15.9, now becomes 16.0 kilograms. So that is the solution of this question. C. 2000 centimeter cube of iron is melted down and some of it is used to make 50 spheres with radius 2 centimeters. First part, calculate the percentage of iron that is left over. Okay, so the volume of sphere is given by this formula. Now what to do is we have to find out for these 50 spheres what is the volume first. Alright, so what is the volume of these 50 spheres? So it means that now here I will write volume of 50 spheres. Use the formula that is 4 over 3 times, okay, the 4 over 3 pi r cube, this is for one sphere. So now since there are 50, therefore 50 times 4 over 3 times the pi is 3.142, and then the r is 2. Okay, so 2 cube. And then this is going to be 1673.7333. I give more decimal places here, centimeter cube. Okay, so with this, now I know that we have used up this much of the iron, right? Therefore now here, initially you have 2000 centimeter cube irons. So it means that now leftover iron, it will be 2000 centimeter cube minus the volume of the 50 spheres. So it will be 1675.7333 centimeter cube. So when you minus, this is going to be 324.2667 centimeter cube. This will be the amount of the leftover iron. But then the question asking for percentage. So the percentage leftover iron, it will be the amount, which is 324.2667 over the total, the initial amount of iron, 2000. Then you times 100%. Then this is going to be 16.21%. And now I round up to 3 significant figures. Then you will be getting 16.2%. So that's the solution of this part C. Now, part 2, the iron left over is then made into a cube. Calculate the length of an edge of the cube. Okay, so the leftover will be this much, right? So from here we know that the cube, this is a cube. Cube means it will have all same base, all same length, right? Therefore, I let the length of cube of an edge of cube be x. That means now 324.2667, this is the leftover iron. It will be the cube volume. So the cube volume will be x cube. Right? So therefore your x is cube root of the value. And this is going to be 6.87 centimeters. D. A solid cone has radius 3r centimeters and slant height 9r centimeter. So let's say this is the cone. Okay, radius 3r. Here is 3r. The slant height is 9r. Now a solid cylinder has radius x, so this is a cylinder. And height 7 centimeters, 7x centimeters. Okay, the total surface area of cone is same as the total surface area of cylinder. Now given r equals to kx, find the value of k. Alright, so since r is kx, so for the cone, the radius equals to 3r. Okay, and then r is kx, means that this is 3 of kx. That means it will be 3kx. Alright, so here I will change to 3kx. And then the height of the cone is 9r. Therefore, this is 9 times kx, at last 9kx. Okay, so now, given that the total surface area of the cone, okay, so when you look at the cone here, is given the curved surface area of the cone with radius r and slant height L is A equals to pi RL. Okay, so now total surface area of cone equals to total surface area of cylinder. So by looking at this diagram, the total surface of cone is basically the base area, that is the circle. Okay, circle is pi r squared. So I will just write pi. My r now is 3kx, therefore 3kx squared. That is the area of the base, plus the curved surface area. This is the formula. That will be pi. The r here is 3kx. And then the L is the slant height, which is the 9kx. Right side, total surface area of cylinder. Here we have two circles, okay, the top and bottom. Therefore, it will be 2 of pi r squared. So the r is x. So I will get pi x squared. This 2 times pi x squared is the top and bottom, right, the base. I mean the area of the circles. Plus, now for the information, the area of the what's that called? Area of the body, okay, that means here, that is 2 pi RH. So 2 pi, the R is the X, then the H is the 7X. Alright, then from here, obviously, all the pi can be cancelled off. So I will cancel off the pi first. And then I will do expansion, because now our purpose is to find what is the k. So then the first one will be 9k squared x squared plus 3 times 9 is basically 27. K times k is k squared. X times x is x squared. Now for the right side, you will get 2x squared plus. So 2 times 7 is 14. X times x, x squared. Okay, then from here, all the x squared will be cancelled off. Right, cancel off all the x squared. Then now here, I will be getting 9k squared plus 27k squared, that is 36k squared. And then the right side, 2 plus 14 is 16. Therefore, now to get the k, so k squared is 16 over 36. That is going to be 4 over 9. And then now our k is going to be square root of 4 over 9. There's no plus minus because we know that the 3kx is the radius, right? Therefore, your k cannot be negative. It must be positive. So that means here I will be getting 2 over 3. So probably you can just write k equals to positive value. Okay, therefore k is square root of 4 over 9. Otherwise, you have to consider plus minus square root. when you eliminate the square. So that's the solution of this question. So your K is 2 over 3. Okay, now question number 2a. Write the first part. 299.4.99 corrects to the nearest 10. So when nearest 10, this is ones, right? This is nearest 10. So when nearest 10, we need to refer to the ones. So since the ones is only 4, therefore I will get 2990. Now, part 2, 0.983 correct to 1 decimal place. When 1 decimal place, I need to refer to the second decimal place. So this value is, the 8 is more than 5. Therefore, now you round up. So when you round up, 0.9 becomes 1.0. Now part 3, 2090 correct to 2 significant figures. So 2 significant figures, here 1, here 2. Okay, so now that means I will write 2 significant figures, and then you look at the next value. It will be 9. This is 9, therefore you have to round up. So I will get 2100. That is 2 significant figures. Now B, write down a prime number between a prime number between 90 and 100. So I will start with 91, then 92, 93. I consider all these values. So until 99. Okay, prime number is defined as the number that has a factor of 1 and itself. Means that it can just be divided by 1 or itself. So but then 91 can be divided by 7. Okay, 92, whenever the last digit is even number, that means it can be divided by 2. So that means 94 and 96 can be divided by 2. Now, 93 can be divided by 3. 95, since the last digit is 5, it will be divided by 5. Okay, and then now here, 97, right? 97, it is only divided by itself. Therefore, here is 97. 98, since it is even number, it can be divided by 2. 99 can be divided by 3 because it's a factor of 3 as well. Therefore, the answer is just 97. Now for C, write 2 power negative 6 as a fraction. So whenever you see the negative power, okay, this negative power, you write 1 over. Then the remaining 2 power 6, just write in the denominator. And now you just calculate 2 power 6 is basically 64. That is a fraction. And now, next part, D, write 0.00701 in standard form. Standard form means 10 times 10 power how much? So here, you can just write 1, you can just move the dot 1, 2, 3. You move the dot, the decimal place, 3 units forward. Therefore, this is basically 7.01 times 10 power negative 3. Okay, or I will say that it is like this. So, okay, here, go to 1 decimal place, then 1, 2, 3. So you move 3 units backwards. Therefore, it's power negative 3. Okay, that is the standard form. Now E, simplify 1.5 times 10 power x plus 1.5 times 10 power x minus 1, giving your answer in standard form. So again, standard form. So here will be 1.5 times 10 power x plus 1.5 times 10 power x minus 1. So for the x minus 1, I can use a formula. We have a formula here. A to the power of m minus n. That is a to the power of m over a to the power of n. Okay, I can split it into division. So here becomes 1.5 times 10 power x plus 1.5 times 10 power x minus 1. So refer to this formula, it will be 10 power x over 10 power 1. So then from here, I notice that 1.5 times 10 power x will be in common. Okay, so means that I can factorize the common term. Then this is 1.5 times 10 power x. So once you factorize this term from the first term here, 1.5 times 10 power x is basically 1. And then you still have the plus and together with this over 10 power 1. So that means it's 1 over 10 power 1 is 10. So from here, I will be getting 1.5 times 10 power x, 1 plus 1 over 10. 1 over 10 is basically 0.1. So 1 plus 0.1, that is 1.1. So now, because we need to leave our answer in standard form, so now you just multiply 1.5 and 1.1. That is going to be 1.65 times 10 power x. So that is your standard form. F, write 0.37 there's a dot here. That means it's recurring as a fraction. You must show all your working. Okay, so 0.37 dot is the same as 0.3. The 7 is repeating. Okay, until infinity times. Now, here I will let x equals to the value, the above value. Now, I times 10 to the x, this is going to be 3.7, then 7, 7. I wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then here, I let this be first equation. After that, I multiply x by 100. So when I multiply by 100 means that you are moving this decimal place 2 units forward. So it will be 37.7777. So, okay, all this just continue until infinity times. And I let this be second equation. So now I will just use second equation minus first equation. So left hand side 100 minus 10 is basically 90x. Then the right side, when you minus 37 minus 3, that is 34. Okay, the rest of the terms, the values after the decimal place will be cancelled off. So therefore, from here, I will be getting my x as 34 over 90. And this can be simplified into 17 over 45. So that is the fraction. Okay, question number 3a. Writes down the inequality shown by the number line. So this empty circle means that it does not include minus 2. So does not include minus 2. And then I know that all the x will be more than minus 2. So more than minus 2 here. And then up to 4. Okay, but this dotted, this normal dot means inclusive. Okay, so the empty circle is not inclusive. So now B, given this inequality solved. So minus 3 in between, 2x plus 3 in between minus 3 and positive 9. So to solve means that you need to find what is the x. Alright, find the unknown. So now here, when you look at the middle term, I have plus 3. I don't want to have the plus 3. That means I have to minus 3 from all the terms. So it will be minus 3 less equals to 2x plus 3, then you minus 3, and less than 9 minus 3. So the middle term becomes 2x now. And then the left hand side, that is minus 6, and then the other side, it will be 6. And now I need to find the x. So to get the x, I just divide by positive 2. Right? So minus 6 divided by 2, less equals to 2x divided by 2, less than 6 over 2. Therefore, this is going to be in between minus 3 and positive 3. Part 2, write down all the integer values of x that satisfy this inequality. So now your x is in between minus 3 and 3. Okay, inclusive minus 3 but not inclusive 3. So inclusive minus 3 means that it will be minus 3, minus 2, then minus 1, 0, 1, and 2. it is less than 3. Okay, so your integer is up to 2 because it's mentioned integer. C, solve the equations, the first part. Now for this, I will times the whole equation by 5. So first step, multiply by 5. So 5 times 3, that is 15. Okay, so the middle term denominator will be cancelled off. And then the right side, you times 5. Therefore, becomes 5. That means now do expansion. So 15 times 3, and then followed by all these expansions. So then you will be getting 45 minus 15x. The minus 2 times x is minus 2x. Minus 2 times 2, negative 4. Then equals to 5. Solve means find the unknown. What is the x? You need to find what is the x. Okay, so from here, I will group the x one side and the numbers one side. So when you look at the terms here, obviously these two x are negative. So I will move it to the left side and the 5 will be moved. Sorry, the x will be moved to the right side and the 5 will be moved to the left side. So that means here I will be writing 15x plus 2x that equals to 45 minus 4 minus 5. So 17x equals to 36. Therefore, your x is 36 over 17. That is the solution of this equation. Part 2. Solve this equation. So since there's only one term on both sides, therefore I will just use cross multiplication. So the x plus 5 times to the 5 and x plus 3 times to the 3. So it means that you will be getting 5 times x plus 5 equals to 3 times x plus 3. And now do expansion for both sides. So I will be getting 5x plus 25. Right side is 3x plus 9. And then the x will be moved to one side. So 5x minus 3x. And then the 25 will be moved to right side. 9 minus 25. So I will be getting 2x equals to minus 16. Therefore, your x is minus 16 divided by 2 to get minus 8. Okay, question 4a, first part. Zach invests $500 at a rate of 2% per year, simple interest. Now, calculate the value of Zach's investment at the end of 5 years. Okay, so for simple interest, the interest itself, okay, the interest I is PRT over 100. This is the interest. So I will get $500. The P is $500. The R is 2%. So it means that it's 2. The T is 5 years. Then over 100. Because of 2%, so 2 over 100. That means here I will be getting $50 as the interest. But then the question asking for value. Okay, so the amount, it will be the principal value or principal amount, which is 500, the initial investment, plus the interest. So I will be getting $550. Now part 2, Yasmin invests $500 at the rate of 1.8% per year compound interest. Just now simple interest. This is simple interest. Okay, now calculate the value of Yasmin's investment at the end of 5 years. So from here, the amount, okay, A amount equals to P bracket 1 plus R over 100 to the power of n. This is for compound interest. So we are finding the amount directly. So this is going to be $500. 1 plus, the R is 1.8. Then over 100 to the power of 5. because of 5 years. Then here is going to be 546.65. So here I will write 546.65. This is the actual amount. Now, part 3. Zach and Yasmin continue with these investments. How many more complete years is it before the value of Yasmin's investment is greater than Zach's investment? Okay, Yasmin is compound interest. Okay, then the Zach is simple interest. So from here, I will just write, let it be n first, right? How many years? So n years. So for Yasmin's investment greater than Zach's, so I will just copy this and change the power 5 to the n, because I need to find out actually we need how many years so that it will be greater than, the Yasmin's investment is greater than Zach's investment, and is greater than Zach's investment is basically, look at here, 500 plus the simple interest. So here I will write $500 plus the simple interest. You just refer to this formula. Okay, refer to this calculation, but now no more 5. The 5 will be changed to n, because I need to find out after how many years it will be less than the Yasmin's investment. Okay, so first of all, before we calculate the n, you can just check here the 500 that will be cancelled off from all the terms. Then basically your left hand side is basically 1 plus 1.8 over 100. This is going to be 1.018 to the power of n. Is greater than, now when you cancel the 500 from the first term, it left 1, and then plus this 2 over 100 is 0.02 together with the n. So now I need to find out what is the n so that it satisfies this inequality. Okay, so just now we know that when it is at the end of 5 years, Zach's investment 550, and then Yasmin investment will be 546.65. That means Yasmin investment is less than Zach's investment at the end of 5 years. So now you need to find out Yasmin's investment is greater than Zach's investment. So I will have to calculate the n which is greater than 5. Okay, probably I'll start with 7. So when n equals to 7, my left hand side, that is 1.018 to the power 7, you are getting 1.133. Okay, and the right hand side, that is going to be 1 plus 0.02 times 7. Then you will be getting 1.14. And again, left hand side is less than right hand side. That means this is not the value yet. Okay, so now because we need to find left hand side is greater than right side, so now I continue with 8. So left hand side, it will be 1.018 to the power of 8. This is 1.174, and then the right hand side is going to be 1 plus 0.02, or no, I calculate 9. Okay, I skip. This is n equals to 9. So when n equals to 9, here you times 9, then you will be getting 1.18. Again, left hand side is less than right hand side. Okay, then now here I consider n equals to 11. So when n equals to 11, right, your left hand side equals to 1.018 power 11, and you are getting 1.217. Whereas right hand side is just 1 plus 0.02 times 11, and this is 1.22. And again, left hand side is less than right hand side. Okay, so now I calculate. See, when you look at here, the left hand side is getting increasing, right hand side also increasing, but it is quite close to each other, because from 1.217 here 1.22, so quite close, right? The difference is just only 0.003. Okay, just now the difference here was 0.006. So now here I will consider n equals to 12, because the difference getting smaller. So it will be 1.018 to the power of 12, and then you are getting 1.2387. for the right hand side, you will be getting 1 plus 0.02 times 12. Therefore, you are getting 1.24. Okay, so from here, I'm getting my left hand side still less than right hand side. Okay, we need left side more than right side from this step. So now, but the difference is very much smaller. It now becomes 0.0003. Just now was 0.003, right? So now I check n equals to 13 because the difference is getting smaller. Then here you will be getting 1.261, and the right hand side becomes 1 plus 0.02 multiplied with 13, and you will be getting 1.26. So finally, left hand side is greater than right hand side. Okay, that means now at the end of 13 years or year 13, Yasmin's investment will be greater than Zach's investment. But when you look at the question carefully, how many more complete years, okay, to get how many more complete years before the Yasmin's investment is greater than that? So just now it was 5 years, right? So from 5 years to 13 years, how many more years? So from here I will just write, it will be 13 minus 5, that is 8 complete years. Okay, so the answer is 8. The n is 13, but the answer of this question is just 8, because we have to calculate from the end of the 5th year. Okay, B. Xavier buys a car for $2,500. The value of the car decreases exponentially at a rate of 10% each year. Calculate the value of Xavier's car at the end of 5 years. Give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. Okay, so because of decreases, right? So 100%, you minus 10%. That will be 90%. So it means that the value will be 90% of the previous value. So now, 2,500 times 90 over 100, because 90% at the end of 5 years. That means here, you will be getting 1476.225. This will be the value of the car at the end of 5 years. But then, because the question asking for nearest dollar, therefore, you refer to the decimal, the first decimal place, the 2. So, since the 2 is less than 5, therefore, we just ignore all this. Therefore, the answer is 1476. Now see, the number of certain type of bacteria increases exponentially at a rate of R% each day. Okay, now each day. So after 22 days, the number of the bacteria has doubled. Find the value of R. Okay, so now initially, let the initial number of bacteria be A. Okay, initial amount. So initial amount is A. Now, because of increases, we plus from 100. So 100 plus R over 100. Okay, same goes to previous. Because of decreases, I minus from 100. So then here is plus because of increases. And this is 22 days. So the power is 22. Okay, it will be double. So 2 of A. Then from here, the A will be cancelled off. And now we need to find what is the R. That means now here, I will get 100 plus R over 100. The power 22 move to the other side, becomes power of 1 over 22. Okay, it's like this. I need to make it to power 1. Therefore, I will consider power of 1 over 22 both sides. Then now from here, you will be getting your R. Okay, this 100 you move up. So now your R 100 plus R equals to 100 times 2 power 1 over 22. Then my R will be minus 100 from the value. And you will be getting 3.2008. And now here you round up to 3 significant figures. So look at this value. Therefore, I will get 3.20. So your R is basically 3.20. Right, now question 5a. 100 students each record the time, t minutes taken to eat a pizza. The cumulative frequency diagram shows the results. Okay, this is the diagram. Now find an estimate of the median. Okay, now look at here. Total 100 students. So now the median is basically half of 100. This is the position of the median. That means it will be 50th theta. So when 50th theta now go to the cumulative frequency, here is 50. Okay, because 40 and 60. So 50 is in the middle. So draw a line to the conjecture. Right, just draw a line. Then after that, you just read from the graph. So we know that here 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, and there are 5 squares for 1 unit. So each unit is 0.2. Therefore, obviously this is 9.4. That is our median value. Now part 2, interquartile range. Interquartile range, we need to find the Q1 and Q3. Q1, first quartile or lower quartile. Okay, this is 1 over 4 times 100. That is 25th theta. So now refer to the graph. 25th. Here is 30. Okay, that means it will be in the middle. This is 25th. So 8 is our Q1. So here I will be getting 8. Then our Q3 or the upper quartile, that is 3/4 of the total. This is the position. That means you are getting the position of 75th. So 75th, that is, this is 70, and then in the middle, this is 75. So this is 10.4. This is our Q3. So here I will get 10.4. So your interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. That is 10.4 minus 8. Then I will be getting 2.4. Okay, now part 3. The number of students taking more than 11 minutes to eat a pizza. More than 11 minutes. So now you refer to the time. More than 11 minutes. Okay, here is going to be 11. This is 11. So now you just draw the line up. Okay, this is going to be 82. So 82 means that 82 students took less than 11 minutes to eat a pizza. Okay, so more that means here. Alright, this much. So it will be 100 minus 82. So here I will write 100 minus 82. That is going to be 18. So done for all these questions. Now B, 150 students each record how far they can throw a tennis ball. The table shows the results given the distance or the distances in meters and the frequency. Then now, first part, calculate an estimate of the mean. Alright, the mean, we need the midpoints. So for all these are class boundaries, right? So now, I will say class limits. So from here, I need to calculate the midpoints. And the frequency f. Now, how to calculate the midpoints? Actually, midpoints will be the average of the limits. These two are called limits. So to get the average. Average means you plus together and divide by 2. So 0 plus 20 divided by 2, that is 10. So I will write 10 here and then 4. Okay. The next one, 20 plus 30 divided by 10. You are getting 25. Then the frequency is 38. So just get the averages. Alright, then you will be getting 32.5 and the frequency is 40. After that, 40 and 53. Then the last midpoint will be 52.5. Frequency is 15. Okay, so now the mean is counted using summation Fm over summation F. Summation Fm means you multiply the F together with the M before you get the total. You multiply first. That means here is going to be 10 times 4 plus 25 times 38 plus 32.5 times 40 plus 40 times 53 plus 52.5 times 15. So now the summation F is the total students. So mention 150, okay, in the question. So I will just divide by 150. That means now here you will be getting 5197.5 over 150, and at last that is 34.65. So this is the actual value. That means I will just copy back unless you are given the non-exact value. This is the exact value. Exact value, just copy. If non-exact, then you have to round up. Okay, now part 2. A histogram is drawn to show this information. The height of the bar representing D between 30 and 35 is 12 centimeters. So calculate the height of each of the other bars. Now, from here, when you need to draw histogram, okay, you have to use the frequency density for the vertical axis, which is the height of the bar. Okay, if the width of the class width are not all equal. So from here, I need to calculate my class width. This is a class width. Okay, so now for the class width, we need to use the upper class boundary minus lower class boundary. So now the boundary will be average of these two limits. So since they are the same, all these are the same, I will say that 20 is also the upper boundary of the first class. Okay, so means that now my C is basically just 20 minus 0 because the boundary will be the same, right, which is 20 here. So my class width will be 20 for the first class, but the second class, when you minus, that is only 10. Okay, same goes to the next class. You get 5, and then 35 and 45, the width is 10, and then 45 to 60, the width is 15. Okay, so now I need to calculate the frequency density because our vertical axis of the histogram is basically frequency density. So frequency density FD is basically F over C. The F is the frequency. So now 4 over 20, that is 0.5. 4 over 20 is 1 over 5. 1 over 5 is basically 0.2. Okay, then 38 over 10 is 3.8. 40 over 5, that is 8. 53 over 10, that is 5.3. 15 over 15, that is 1. Okay, now you check. From here, when the frequency density, supposedly here is frequency density, that is the height of the bar. Okay, this will be the class boundaries. That will be the distance. Right? But then now, the frequency density is supposed to be 8. But then the height of the bar becomes 12. So now I need to find out what is the multiple. Okay, so how to change 8 into 12. So basically, the 8 you multiply by x, it will be 12. That means your x is 12 over 8. That is 1.5. That means now you have to times 1.5. Right? So it means that here, basically I times 1.5. So it means that all these values, to get the height, I have to times 1.5 for all. Therefore, I will be getting 0.2 times 1.5. That is going to be 0.3. Okay, 3.8 times 1.5, you will be getting 5.7. Then 5.3 times 1.5, that is 7.95. 1 times 1.5, it will be 1.5. So these are the heights of the bars. Okay, done for this part. Now, part 3. 2 students are chosen as random. Find the probability that they both threw the ball more than 45 meters. So now for more than 45 meters, there will be 15 students, right? So it means that now my probability, first student, the probability is 15 out of total students. Total students is 150. So that means the probability of first student who threw the ball more than 45 meters will be 15 over 150. And then the second student, okay, 2 students here. The second student, since out of 150, you have considered 1 student, means that now left 149 students. And then for those who threw more than 45 meters, initially 15 students. So you have considered 1, that means now left another 14 students. Okay, therefore here you will be getting 7 over 745. That is our probability. Question number 6. Given 2 vectors P and Q, find 3Q. So 3Q is basically 3 times minus 1, 1. Then just times 3 into the bracket, you will be getting minus 3 and 3. That will be your vector. Now P minus Q, it will be 2, 3 minus 1, 1. So now I will open the brackets. It becomes 2 minus 1, then 3 minus 1, and at last you will be getting 3, 2. Now the modulus here, modulus P, that means the magnitude of P. So magnitude of P is basically square root of, look at the P here, the P with components 2 and 3. Okay, this is basically 2i plus 3j. So here becomes 2 square plus 3 squared. That is the formula. Then at last you will be getting square root of 4 plus 9. Then I will get square root of 18. So you either leave your answer in square root 18 or you round up. So it will be 3.61. B is the points with coordinates 2, 7, and vector AB is minus 4, 6. So when you refer to the question, you are not given, or this is the new question. Okay, so now your points B can be converted into vector OB. So OB is the position vector of B. Alright, so OB is basically 2i plus 7j. So you can just write in column vector, which is 2, 7. And then AB is defined as OB minus OA. And now you need to find coordinates of A. Before you get the coordinates of A, we need to calculate the vector OA first. So I get the OA as a subject by moving it to the left side, and then the AB, the vector AB will be moved to right side. So then here becomes the OB is 2, 7. Then you minus the AB is minus 4, 6. So now here, when you open the brackets, it will be 2 minus 4, and then followed by 7 minus 6. Then here is going to be 6, 1. So from position vector, you can easily change to points form. So your A with coordinates 6, 1. But see, in triangle OGH, M is the midpoint of OH, and K divides GH, okay, GH in the ratio 5 to 2. So now OG is G, OH is H. So this is G, and here is H. Find MK, the vector MK in terms of G and H. Give your answer in the simplest form. Okay, so now I will use this. So K divides GH in the ratio 5 to 2. That means here 5, this is 2, which means GK over KH is 5 to 2. So I will write GK over KH equals to 5 to 2. So it means that GK, vector GK is 5 over 2 vector KH. Okay, now basically I need to find what is the OK. So OM no problem because the M is the midpoint of OH. So now I need to find what is my OK. My OK must be found from this equation. Alright, so from here I will say GK equals to OK minus OG. Then 5 over 2. Vector KH is OH minus OK. And now remember, we need to find the OK from here, right? In order to get a vector MK. So now, when you open the brackets, this will be 5 over 2 OH minus 5 over 2 OK. So now the OK, this term will be moved to the other side, becomes plus. So OK plus 5 over 2 vector OK equals to 5 over 2 OH. The minus OG will be moved to right side, becomes plus OG. So the left hand side, 1 OK plus 5 over 2 OK, that is 7 over 2 vector OK. Then the right side, 5 over 2 OH is given. OH is H. And then OG is given as G. Then now my OK equals to the 7 over 2 moved to the other side, becomes 2 over 7 of everything on right side. Okay, then now I do expansion. 2 over 7 times 5 over 2 is basically 5 over 7 H. Then plus 2 over 7 G. Okay, so we have found the OK. And then now it's given that the M is the midpoint of OH. That means the OM is basically half OH. So now OM is half OH. That is half H. Therefore now to find MK is basically OK minus OM. So just replace all the vectors. Minus half H. So 5 over 7H minus half H, you are getting 3 over 14H. and then just rewrite the 2 over 7g. So that is the vector mk. Right, now question 7. Given fx, gh, hx, and jx, find g half. So g half, you just refer to gx and replace the x by half. Okay, so now here, g half is basically 2 over half. Then this is going to be 4. Now part 2, hg half. G half already found just now. So hg half, this is same as h of 4 because g half already found. So now h of 4, replace the x by 4 in the gx. So 2 power 4, that is 16. Plus b, find x when fx is 7. So 10 minus x, that is my fx, that equals to 7. To find the x, the minus x move to the other side, and then the 7 move to the left side. Therefore, my x is 3. Now part C, find x when gx is h3. Okay, now h3. So gx is 2 over x. So my gx equals to h3. Now my h3 is 2 power 3. That is 8. That means now here my gx will be 2 over x. So I will write 2 over x equals to 8. So now my x move up and then the 8 move down. Okay, just swap. Therefore, my x is going to be 2 over 8. That is 1 over 4. Now D, find the G inverse. So, J inverse. Your J is 5 minus 2x. So I will let y equals to 5 minus 2x, and now get the x as a subject. So the minus 2x move to left side becomes positive 2x, and the y move to right side, 5 minus y. Therefore now x equals to 5 minus y over 2. Hence my J inverse, that is 5 minus x over 2. Okay, now part E. Write fx plus gx plus 1 as a single fraction in the simplest form. So fx is 10 minus x. There's my fx plus gx. Gx is 2 over x. Then you plus 1. Now to get a single fraction, we need to make it to the same denominator, which means now the first term I need to times with x over x, so that my denominator is x, and the 1 at the back I times with x over x. Okay, that means now here I will be getting everything over x since they are having the same denominator. So for the first term, I will have x times 10 minus x for the numerator, and the second term is plus 2. Third term is 1 times x. Then now here, when you do expansion for the first term, just do expansion, then you will be getting 10x minus x squared, then plus 2, 1 times x is x, then over x. Now, from here, you will be getting 10x plus 1x, that is 11x, then minus x squared plus 2 over x. This is the single fraction in simplest form. Okay, f square of fx minus ffx. This is basically the composite function. Equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. Find the values of a, b, c. So now I have to find the ffx first. This is f of fx, composite function, So f of, now my fx is basically 10 minus x. So now, look at here, fx is 10 minus x. So now f of 10 minus x, that means now this change to 10 minus x. So this x will be changed to 10 minus x. So it means that I will be getting 10 minus 10 minus x. Right? So when you open the bracket, that is 10 minus 10, minus minus is plus x. Therefore, it is only x. Okay, now what is my fx square? This is square of fx. So it will be 10 minus x. You square it. Okay, then here we have a formula. A plus minus b squared, that is a squared plus minus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, therefore here I will be getting 100, because 10 squared is 100, then minus 10 times x, 10 times minus x times 2, so minus 20x, then plus x squared. Okay, now I will substitute into this formula, okay, or this expression. So it means that now 100 minus 20x plus x squared equals to, no, sorry, this is just the fx squared. Then I have to minus the composite function, right? All of this, put a bracket. Equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. Therefore, when you open the brackets, I'm going to get 100 minus 20x plus x squared minus x equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. Therefore, now rearrange x squared minus 20x minus 1x minus 21x. Then plus 100 equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. Now when you compare, my a obviously is 1 because here is 1. So a is 1. My b is negative 21, which is a coefficient of x. And then my c is 100. That is a constant. Okay, G. Find x when h inverse x is 10. So look at the hx first. Your hs is 2 power x. So now here, I will write let y equals to 2 power x. Okay, so now from here, because the x is a power, so probably I will just write hx equals to 2 power x. Alright, so now h inverse x equals to 10. Basically, h10 is x. You can use this method. Right, so means that now I will get 2 power 10 because hx is 2 power x. So 2 power 10 is x. Therefore, from here, x equals to 1024. Okay, so this is how we get the x value. So no need to get the h inverse because it will involve log. So this is the easy way to solve this question. Now, next question, number 8. The diagram shows triangle ABC on horizontal ground. Okay, ABC is on the ground. AC is 15 meters, BC is 8, and AB is 20 meters. BP and CQ are vertical poles of different heights. Okay, BP 3 and 4 meters. AQ and PQ are straight wires. Okay, now show that angle ABC is 117.5 degrees squared to 1 decimal place. ACB is here. So we can refer to the triangle ABC and apply the cosine rule. Okay, because you are given 3 sides. So here I will just write cosine rule. We need to calculate ACB. So the opposite side of the angle is AB. So means that now my cosine rule is AB squared equals to AC square and BC square. So AC square plus BC square minus 2 of AC BC cosine ACB. Okay, this is the cosine rule. So now my AB squared, AB is 20, so 20 squared. My AC is 15, BC is given, which is 8. So just replace all the values. So from here, to get the cos of the angle, since all this will be negative, right, I will move this to the left side, and the 20 squared will be moved to right side. So then I will be getting 2 times 15, 2 times 15 times 8. You can just simplify it into 240. So 240 cos angle ACB, it will be 15 squared. Okay, so probably I will just simplify first before I move. Then you can see clearly. 20 square is 400. 15 square is 225. 8 square is 64. Then this is minus 240 cos angle. Okay, so now 240 cos angle ACB will be moved to left side, and then the 400 will be moved to right side. Then now this is going to be negative 111. So cos angle ACB equals to negative 111 over 240. Therefore, your angle is inverse cos, or I would say arc cos. Okay, this is actually arc cos, negative 111 over 240. Just press your calculator, you will be getting 117.5 degrees. So done for the A. B, calculate the area of the triangle ABC. Okay, so since here 117.5 degrees, so we can find the area using formula. Okay, so let's say this is the triangle. Here A, B, this is theta. So the area is basically half AB sine theta. That means now my area of triangle ABC is basically half. Now since we have found the angle ACB, which is here, that means I will be using these two sides. So 15 and 8 together with the angle. So it will be 15, 8, then sine 117.5 degrees. So at last, you will be getting 53.2. That is the area of the triangle. Okay, see, calculate the length of AQ. Right, so let's see the diagram. Where is AQ? I need to find this. So AQ, you can just refer to this triangle, right? This is 15, here is 4, and it is right angle triangle. So I can just find the AQ using Pythagoras theorem. So this is AQ. And then the length, 4 and 15. So AQ equals to square root of 4 square plus 15 square. That is the Pythagoras theorem. And you will be getting square root of 241. This is same as 15.5. So that is the AQ length. Now D, calculate the angle of elevation of Q from P. Okay, of Q from P now. Q is here, of Q from P. That means my elevation and my angle of elevation is basically, this is a Q, here Q, this is P. So this is the angle. What is this? Right? So to find this angle, what I need to do is, okay, you must understand that the ABC is on ground, horizontal ground, right? That means this is 8. Here is also 8. Okay? And then this is the Q. Okay, so I will write like this. Here is Q. Because here is 3. Okay, my diagram is not very accurate. That means here is also 90 degrees. See here? Because they are on horizontal ground. This is on horizontal ground. But here is 3 meters. This is 4 meters. So I know that this is going to be 1 meter. Because here is 3. Alright? So then to find the angle, okay, angle, basically it is like this. So basically here is P. This is P. This is Q. Then I need to find out what is this angle. Okay, and here is 8. This is going to be 1. So from here, I will just write tangent alpha is 1 over 8. Therefore, your alpha is inverse tangent of 1 over 8. And then you will be getting 7.13 degrees, which is 7.1. Because the angle in the angle in degrees should be 1 decimal place. Alright? So this is how we get it. Because here is basically the ground, horizontal ground. Right? So I will say that my alpha, when you look at here, the alpha is basically this. Because this is the ground. Okay? Now, because even though here is 3 meters, I just consider 1 meter. So it means that I move down this. I assume this is on the ground. Okay, so that is the angle of elevation. Okay, now E, another straight wire connects A to the midpoints of PQ. Calculate the angle between this wire and the horizontal ground. Okay, now connect to midpoints of PQ. Let's see, where is your PQ? So I will erase all this. Midpoint of PQ. PQ is over here. This is a midpoint. From A connected to M. So this is the M. And now you need to calculate the angle. Let's look at the question. Angle between this wire and the horizontal ground. Okay, so now horizontal ground, basically, it is like this. You need to calculate what is this angle. Okay, so I will let this be N. So basically, you need to count MAN, right? So MAN, so I will define first, let the angle be MAN. So let the angle between the wire and the ground and the horizontal ground be MAN. Okay, as I have labeled on the diagram. Now here is going to be 90 degrees. Okay, so now we need to find what is your AM. And I let my N be the midpoint of BC because the N is initially not there. So I added myself. Okay, and then N be the midpoint. N is the midpoint of BC. Okay, so now you refer to this diagram. Now I need to find out what is my A n first. Okay, I need to find out my an instead of am. So my an, which is this green color, okay, I will just draw the triangle. This is C, right? I know that the n is the middle, the midpoint of CB. The CB is 8, that means here is 4. And then here is 15. So I have 4 and 15, okay? And then I have the angle, because just now we have found the angle. So that's why I will refer to the triangle ACN now. So now, let me draw the triangle ACN. The angle here already found just now. ACN is same as ACM, right? Or ACB, okay? ACB, sorry, ACB, not ACM, which is 117.5. So here I will write 117.5 degrees, and this is 4. So AN, look at the question. AN is what we need to find, but AC is given. AC is 15. So I will label AC as 15. I need to find what is AN. Okay, so my AN, I can use cosine rule. So cosine rule, AN square equals to AC square plus CN square minus 2 of AC CN cos 117.5. So now your AC is 15. So 15 squared plus 4 squared minus 2 times 15 times 4 cos 117.5 degrees. Then this is going to be 296.41. So then my AN, it will be square root of this value. You will be getting 17.217. Okay, found the AN. Now I need to find out the MAN. So means that now I need to find this angle. Okay, AN already found. Then I need to find out what is my MN. What is this length? So now my MN, for your information, this is 3. PB is 3. The QC, here is a C. Right, this is the C. So QC is 4. And the MN, the M is in the middle of the PQ. And the N is the middle of the BC. That means the MN, it will be middle of 3 and 4. It's a midpoint of that. Okay, so from here, I will say that my MN, it will be 3.5. Sorry, 3.5. It's the middle of 3 and 4. So it's 3.5. Okay, because it's a midpoint of two sides. Therefore, now here, so when you refer back to the diagram, I will redraw AMN, right? So now, so my MN is 3.5. AN already found 17.217. That is my length of AN. And then my angle is basically MAN, right? So MAN is here. This is the angle. So obviously you are given the opposite side and adjacent side. So opposite and adjacent, that is basically tangent. So I will write tangent angle MAN is opposite is MN, adjacent is AN. So then from here, this is inverse tangent, or I would say arctangent, okay, not inverse tangent, arctangent of MN over AN. So MN is basically 3.5. In the other one is 17.217. This is arctangent. Then you will be getting 11.5 degrees. So that is the solution of this question. Okay, done for the question. Now move on to question number 9. A. The total of areas of rectangles A and B is 20 centimeters squared. Show this quadratic equation. So since both are rectangles, so we know that area of rectangles is basically base times height. Okay, so now for the rectangle A, 3x plus 4 multiply with x plus the rectangle B, 2 times x minus 1. This is the area. Then equals to 20. It's given in the question here. Now just do expansion. 3x times x, you will be getting 3x squared plus 4 times x is 4x. These 2 multiply into the bracket. So you will be getting plus 2x minus 2. And then 20 move to left side. So minus 20 equals to 0. Then now, just need to rearrange and simplify. Simplify and rearrange. So I will be getting 3x squared. 4x plus 2x will be 6x. Minus 2 minus 20 is minus 22. Then equals to 0. Hence, we have shown the equation. Now, part 2, solve the equation. Giving your answers correct to 4 significant figures, you must show all your working. So, to solve the quadratic equation, you can either factorize it or you use quadratic formula. But since it's mentioned 4 significant figures, means that you better use quadratic formula. So, as a guideline, ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Your x is minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Right, so from here, I will say my a is 3, my b is 6, my c is minus 22. So the x is minus 6 plus minus square root of 6 squared minus 4. My a is 3. Then the c is negative 22 over 2 times 3. Then here, when you calculate, you will get minus 6 plus minus square root of 300, then over 6. Now, when we calculate using the minus first. Okay, you have to calculate both. And then the other one is a plus. So from here, you will be getting minus 3 point. Now, look at the question. 4 significant figures. You will get negative 3.887 and the other one is 1.887. So these are the two values of x. Part 3, find the perimeter of the rectangle B. So now, we are finding x. Obviously, the x cannot be negative. So we have to consider x as positive value. Okay, so the perimeter is basically double of summation of these two sides. Because here is x minus 1, this is 2. So I will just add these 2 and then times 2. So the perimeter double of 2 plus x minus 1. So the x is 1.887 minus 1. Then you will be getting 5.774 and now round up to 3 significant figures, 5.77. Part B, the diagram shows two rectangles where capital H minus lowercase h is 1. By forming a quadratic equation and factorizing, find the value of y. Okay, so now here I will have two equations because you are given two areas. Okay, so for the first area, h times y minus 2 equals to 15. Okay, and then the second area, right, the second area is h times y. equals to 20. Now, when you look at here, you have capital letter H, you have lowercase letter h. So you have to decide to keep which one. So I will keep the lowercase letter h. So from here, I let this be first equation. This is the second equation. Okay, then capital H minus lowercase h is 1. That means now here capital H equals to 1 plus lowercase h. This is the third equation. So I will substitute third into first. That means you will be getting 1 plus h times y minus 2 equals to 15. This is my fourth equation. Now I'm solving second and fourth. Okay, so from the second equation, basically you can just further simplify. You change to h first because our main purpose is to get the y. So it means that you should get the quadratic equation in terms of y. So from here, I eliminate the h. So my h is basically 20 over y. Okay, so basically, if that is the case, you can just change this into h, right, into h. Then the h will change to y. So that means my capital H is basically 1 plus 20 over y. Let this be the second equation. Okay, so I rewrite all this. This is my second equation, and this is my third equation. Okay, so this is third into second. So then from here, I will be getting 20 over y. Okay, because we need to calculate the y value. So your equation must in terms of y. So better to get everything in terms of y. So now I will simplify this. Okay, so get the same denominator first. So the 1 you change to y over y, then plus 20. Multiplied with y minus 2 equals to 15. And now to solve this, we need to get the equation, quadratic equation. So you times the whole equation by y first. So I will get y plus 20 multiplied with y minus 2, that is 15y. And for the left hand side, you just do expansion. So y times y minus 2 is basically y squared minus 2y. And this 20 you times into the bracket, you will be getting plus 20y minus 40. And then to get the quadratic equation, this 15y on the left hand side, on the right side will be moved to the left side. So I will be getting minus 15y equals to 0. Okay, so now simplify all these terms. So y squared, now minus 2y plus 20y, that is 18y. 18y minus 15y, you will be getting plus 3y. Then minus 40 equals to 0. This is our quadratic equation. And now the question says factorizing. So now to factorize y squared plus 3y minus 40, basically y squared is y times y. Okay, and then look at here, this is plus, plus times minus is minus, so it means that you will have one plus and one minus sign. So 40, it has a lot of combinations, but in order to get the 3 here, I will have to use 8 and 5 because one is plus, one is minus. But to get the plus 3y, it will be plus 8 and minus 5. So that the middle column, you will multiply these two terms, 8 times, plus 8 times y, it will be plus 8y. The second one is minus 5y. So when you times the first column, you get y squared, times the third column minus 40, you add the second column, that is plus 3y. Okay, so I'm getting this. Otherwise, you can just use a calculator to get the factors. So here, you use cross multiplication for your factors. So then I will be getting y minus 5 times y plus 8 equals to 0. So either y minus 5 equals to 0 or y plus 5, 8 equals to 0, means that you either get y equals to 5 or y equals to minus 8. Now, let's look at the question. Your y is the length, one of the lengths, right? This is the length, yes. Okay, so the y is the length of the rectangle. That means the y cannot be negative, right? So, therefore, your y must be 5. So that's all for this question. Question 10a. The diagram shows a sketch of the graph y equals to fx for x between minus 1.5 and 6 inclusive. Now the coordinates of 5 points are shown on the diagram. So you are given 5 points here. Now, first part, fx equals to k has two solutions in the interval x between minus 1.5 and 6. Write down a possible integer of k. Okay, fx equals to k has two solutions. So when fx equals to k, look at here. That means k is a constant, right? It's an integer. Okay, therefore that means this is basically a straight line, horizontal line, because fx is actually the y. Look at here, fx is a y. Y is a number, means it is a horizontal line. To have two solutions, right? So that means now here you can just say it is in between your k is fx two solutions. So okay, fx equals to k, y equals to fx means y equals to k. So from here, basically y equals to fx equals to k. That means y equals to k has two solutions. Okay, let me check. It will be between you can say it's here. Okay, let me check. Minus 1.5 and 6. Minus 1.5 and 6. So basically, okay, as long as your k is in between 10 and 7, okay, because the point B is on 7, or 5.5 and 3, right? Then you get the value of k. So it means that because two solutions means that here you get two intersection points. Oh wait, this is not 10. Mistake. It will be up to this line. Okay, here 1, 2. Okay, if here you have 3 solutions, so means cannot. So it will be, okay, I overlook this. We shouldn't accept the points B. It will be between the points A and point C. Okay. So because when you draw a horizontal line, two intersection points, or probably this side. Okay, so your k either from 7.9 to 10 or from 3 to 5.5. So from here, I will just write your k is from 3 to 5.5. Okay, the green color. Or the k is from 7.9 to 10 because it will have two intersection points. So 7.9 and 10. It cannot be inclusive, because if inclusive means that here just one solution, right? This 5.5 can be inclusive. And then for the 7.9, it cannot be inclusive. Otherwise, you will have 3 points. It will be just in between. Okay, so now from here, I will say my k for the first one, my k will be 4 or 5. Okay, then for the second one, my k can be 8 or 9. So you can accept all this. But then the question say writes down a possible integer. So only one. Probably you can just write 4. You can write 5 or 8 or 9, up to you. Okay, so that's it. That is the solution for first part. Now part 2, fx equals to j has no solution in the interval x between minus 1.5 and 6, where j less than a, j more than b. Find the maximum a and minimum b. Okay, no solutions means that you will not get any intersection points. So obviously, if no intersection points means that beyond this value, beyond the 3, okay, and also greater than 10. Alright, so less than 3, greater than 10. So I will say no solution when the y is less than 3 or greater than 10. Okay, so look at here. Now because your fx is j, so fx equals to j, that means j less than 3 or j is greater than 10. So now when you compare with the given interval here, j less than a or j greater than b. So obviously your a is 3. Then the b is 10. So that's the solution of these two questions, of this question. Okay, now B, find the coordinates of the two stationary points on the curve y equals to x degree 6 minus 6x degree 5. You must show all your working. When you see stationary points means that dy over dx equals to 0. So now I need to differentiate. So for your information, when you differentiate x degree n, that is n x degree n minus 1. So it means that now I need to bring down the 6. So now my dy over dx is basically 6x degree 5 minus 6 times 5x degree 4. So this is going to be 6x degree 5 minus 30x degree 4. That's my dy dx. But then now here, dy dx equals to 0. Stationary point means dy dx equals to 0. So 6x degree 5 minus 30x degree 4 equals to 0. So the common term will be 6x degree 4. Then I will get x minus 5 equals to 0. Now look at the question. Two stationary points means that you are expected to get 2x. So 6x degree 4 equals to 0, or x minus 5 equals to 0. Which means now your x equals to 0 or x equals to 5. So found two x values, therefore we need to find two y values. So when x equals to 0, just refer to this equation. So your y, or just refer to this expression, the y expression. So your y is 0. Okay, when your x is 5, then your y is going to be 5 power 6 minus 6 times 5 power 5. Then this is going to be 15625 minus 18750. Then you will be getting negative 3125. That means the points with coordinates 0, 0 and 5, negative 3125. So these are the two stationary points. Okay. Alright, so with this I have completed this paper and also comes to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and share this channel with your friends if you enjoy watching my videos, and also stay tuned for more upcoming videos. Thank you everyone. Bye.